Excel function, if you see here, these are all the functions. Okay, these are all the, I have opened a sample data file. Now I'm going to open one file, let's say called as the sales transactions. Now this is a sales transaction file. Now if you see here, this ECAT is an add-in to Excel, which means when you install this software, all these functions are available in the data, which are available in the data analytics software will be available to you. Now let's see, in any data analytics software, the first thing you'll do is what is called as curate. What is curate? Curate means you purify the data and get it in a structured format. What is meant by structured format? If you see the data here, this is called a structured format, which means the first row has got the headers, and after that you got all the data, and there are generally no blanks. Now if you see the end, you'll see you'll be able to go to the end of the file. So there are totally 6,066 records. Let me come home. Now this is the file. Now if you look at this, there are various functions. There are more than 300 functions in ECAT, which you can use for multiple purposes. Now ECAT is the data analytics software. It's like a suite of software which can be used for not only tax audit, it can be used for any type of audit, whether you're doing internal audit, whether you're doing GST audit. What is important is you should know what is that you want to test for. For example, let's say I got the sales data. This is sample data I've got. I want to do some analysis. I'll show you the analysis. Before that, if you see, what is that I can do here in the curate functions. For example, I've got some data where I want to remove non-alphabetic characters, non-numeric characters, multiple spaces. Like that, I can do a lot of cleaning of the data. Similarly, let's say there are some blank columns, empty blank rows, all these things I can remove. Similarly, I can transform the data and bring it to a standard format. Let's say I've got some data which I want to curate and pick up in a particular way. I can standardize and get the data in that particular format. I can also convert the data from, let's say, from here to PDF, from formulas to values, from numeric to character. Like that, I can do various things. These are all pertaining to the curate. Now, similarly, I can format a particular column and convert it to lowercase, uppercase, title case, like that. And I can also transpose the data. Okay, these are all the pertaining to the curate function. So any data analytics function, first what we do is we curate the data. Then once you have curated the data, which means you have converted the data in a structured format. Second, we profile the data. For example, this, what is meant by profiling? I should be able to get an overall perspective of the data before I start the audit. So let's say I want to get do a statistical analysis of this data. There is a function column statistics. If I click on column statistics, it will open all the columns and I can get the column statistics for this particular data. Okay, we have moved to
data, whatever I'm maintaining accounts on the tally basis, the backup.
Okay.
Then the tally I have to put Excel and then you take here.
Okay, I'll show you that also. Now, let me just finish this one. Let's say I was looking at column statistics. I'll come to the tally data. Now here, if you see, I want to get the analysis of the sales data. Now, there are a lot of statistics available. If I say, okay, now if you see, it has generated statistics. Looking at the statistics, I know what are the total number of positive records, total number of negative records. Like that, I get the complete statistics of the complete file itself at one glance. Okay, now let's come to tally data and see what I can do with tally. Now I opened a company. So this is a company. Now if I go to DSS, I should be able to get this is a day book. Yeah, display. Now this gives me there are about 200, this is the old data, but this is test data which has got all the functions. There are about 990 rows of the data. Now from this, let's see what I can do in the tally data. For the tally data, we've got one more software called as TCAT. Now if you look at this TCAT, these are all the functions which are available in TCAT. So first is you can open tally, you can configure the company info. What our audit to do, it will maintain an audit log of what you've done. Let me directly go and check now. I want to, for the documentation purpose, I want to do some analysis. I'm going to open a new sheet. Now I come back to tally TCAT. Now here if you see, there's something called a general info. Now this gives me, I can get the company info, company features, security features, all this data from tally for the purpose of documentation, extract it and keep it in tally in Excel. So TCAT is primarily meant for extracting the masters and the transactions from tally to Excel in a structured way. So it is already imported all the data. Now if you see, sitting here in the Excel sheet, I'll be able to know what the configuration which has been set inside tally. Now system info, what are the system they are using? What are the statutory info which has been set up in the company? What are the license info? What are the company features they have enabled inside tally? So here itself you'll be able to know what is that they have enabled, what is that they have not enabled. So this becomes a part of your documentation records. And based on this, you can also decide what are the further analysis you want to do. Okay, let's take up one more important information. I'll open one more sheet. Now here I come again to TCAT. There are more than 100 functions in TCAT. Now if you see here, we have got something called configure. Documentation is for the purpose of documentation, the work done. Now let me show you the master data. When I click on the master data, master info, now if you see, these are all the types of information I can extract from tally and get it at one shot. Now, for example, I have got the list of ledgers, group configuration, ledger groups, expense ledgers, voucher types, etc. Similarly, for inventory, I've got these details, cost center, compliance, like that. I'm just going to pick up the accounting data and I say, okay. Now I see in just a few clicks now, I should be able to extract all the master data from tally pertaining to accounting into Excel. And I can decide what should be my audit strategy, what is my audit plan. And I can also find out exceptions based on this. Now, the important thing in this case is all the data comes in a structured format or a standard format. Then it becomes very easy to do analysis in Excel. Now it's loading the reports one by one. See, it's already imported all the master data. Now, if you see here, I want only the expense ledgers. Now this gives me all the expense ledgers one shot. Okay, with the complete structure. Now, for example, I want to know from the primary group, let's say in indirect expenses, what are the ledgers? I can extract that information. I can filter. Now these are all the 4 types of expenses they have accounted. Now let's say I want to pick up only the direct expenses. I can pick up only the direct expenses here. Okay, now it tells me what the account, it tells me what the closing balance, what this year balance, like that I'll be able to get the analysis. So it means I can do an audit plan directly using the information which is extracted directly from tally. These are all the expense ledgers. Same way, if you go to the group configuration, it gives me all the groups which have been configured inside tally, and also for each of the groups, what are the configuration which has been set. For example, for this group, whether the asset bill-wise on, is cost center on, is sub-ledger on, is revenue on, does it affect gross profit? Like that, there are various configuration. Based on how the configuration is set, you'll be able to get the information. Now you'll be able to see all this information and you can do analysis. For example, let's say some company using bill-wise, you can go and check how many groups are there for which the set bill-wise has been set to yes. Now this tells me how many accounts have been set as bill-wise set to yes. So at one glance, I know these are the accounts for which bill-wise has been set to yes. Now there are some accounts for which bill-wise they have not set. I can find out directly from here. So this is how I can do the analysis. I can also know what are the voucher types which are available. I can also all the ledgers and the related groups and what the grandparent for that. I can also know all the list of ledgers. For example, here, this is what you get called the trial balance. All the ledgers which have been created, you'll be able to get at one shot, and you can do the analysis. For example, what are the ledgers which have been created under primary group? So you can pick up that information. For example, what are the bank accounts they have got? I can just click on this. I can pick up the bank account. At one glance, I can get the complete information. So it means you can extract all the masters from Tally and then do the analysis based on which you can prepare an audit plan. Similarly, if there are GST related ledgers, what are the parties for which they have set the GST related ledgers you can get? In this case, because of the old data, there are no GST related ledgers. Now, this as far as the master data is concerned. And this is what is available in the general info, master info. Similarly, you want to do some queries. For example, what are the accounts where the opening balance is 0 and the closing balance is 0? Or opening balance is equal to 0 is equal to closing balance where the opening balance is greater than 0, which means that account has been set up during the year. Like that, there are various types of relation type. If the relation type has been set to yes, I can extract, for example, let's say related party yes. I want to extract that information. I say, okay, this will be able to extract all the information pertaining to the related parties. And it has already extracted it and shows me the result here. Now, if you see here, related party yes. Now, these are the related parties and where they have been created. Now, this is how you can query and get various types of data from now credit limit greater than 0, relation types, cost center, like that you can get data 0, data not equal to 0. Like that you can get various types of master info from here. Now, let's say, now this is about the I want to now go to the transactions. How to go to the transactions? Let me open a new workbook. Now I've got a new workbook. Now here what I want to do is, I want to extract, for example, I want to extract all accounts where PF transactions are there or ESI transactions are there. First, let me say, I've got this daybook. Now I can also export the daybook from Tally. I want to extract all the transactions from Tally, like I showed you in Tally here. In daybook, there are about 990 transactions. I want to extract all these transactions at one shot into the software. Okay, now it tells me, it checks automatically and tells me that the accounting period is 1/4/12 to 3013. Now I have got transaction narration type. Let's say for the timing, I don't want the narration transaction type. I don't want the party type also. And I have to just say, okay. Now you see what will happen is all the ledgers and with the transactions for the complete year will be exported from Tally and will be available to you in Excel in a standard format so that you can do further analysis. See, now it's getting the data from Tally. This is all the transactions. Next, I'll also show you how you can extract specific transactions. I think in this meeting we'll not be able to cover, we'll be cover only a few functions. Once we finish this, maybe another 10 minutes, I think we can schedule another meeting. And I request all of you to join at a specific time so then it becomes easier for us to finish. Now I find even now people are joining in. Or what I'll do is instead of the Zoom, I'll see if there's another platform through which we can show it in a better way. Now it's extracting all the transactions. I've also got this. I'll also give you a link of the YouTube videos, which I think you can see. Now you see here, all the transactions. Now if you see here, come to the end, all the transactions which I wanted are available here, which have been exported from Tally to Excel. Once this data is available here, I can do any type of analysis which I want on this data. For example, let's say I want to filter. I want to pick up all transactions of a particular voucher type. Let's say I want to pick up all the contra. I'll be able to pick all the contra transactions here. Similarly, I want to pick up all transactions pertaining to sales. Let's say, okay, let's pick up this one. It's excise sales. Or let's say journal entries I want to pick up. I can just click on this. I should be able to extract all the journal entries here. Now in this journal entries, I want to pick up how many entries they have passed pertaining to rent. So I can just go here and say that I want to pick up all transactions pertaining to rent. Now it will tell me these are the various types of rent accounts which are there. Now you see these are all the rent accounts which are there. So which means I can extract the data from Tally in a structured way and I can do further analysis which I want. Okay, now let me show you how do I extract. For example, let's say you're doing analysis of, let me come back to TCAT here. Now we did here, this is for the day book. Now I'm interested not in day, let's say I want to audit only, pick up all the ledgers transactions pertaining to ESI or PF. Now here in this case, what I do is I go to extract. Now in extract, I can go and select account based on a particular parent. Now if you see parent, now it tells me these are all the parent accounts which are available. Now I want to pick up all the accounts which are pertaining to direct expenses. I'll say okay. It will extract and show me all the ledgers which are there in that parent account, direct expenses. Now here, if you see, there are totally about 6 accounts. I want to extract all these ledgers. I have to just select this and say okay. From Tally, it will pick up all this information. Now you see, in a few seconds, we got all this information. Now you see all these transactions pertaining to all the direct expenses I'm able to get for all the ledgers in a single page. Now this is not what I wanted. Let's say I'll give you one more example. I want to extract transactions. Extract. Now I want to transactions pertaining to, let's say, which contains, let's say, transactions pertaining to ESI only. If I say ESI and say show, now it will query and pick up all the transactions which are pertaining to ESI. I'll say okay. Now there's one more tab here. If you see, I want all not in one page. I want in separate worksheet for each ledger. I say separate worksheet for each ledger and I say okay. Now you see all these specific ledgers, transactions of ESI contribution, ESI payable, I can extract and put it in a separate worksheet and then I can do my analysis. See, now I've already got the data. See ESI, I've got this. This is the ledger which is available in Tally. Okay, you got all this. You can use this for further analysis. You can find out what the amount they have passed the payable entry and what the date on which they are paid. Now, see, this is the ESI payable account. Okay, like that you can extract, for example, same thing. Let's say I want to do for TDS. Now here it's very simple. I just go to extract and say I want to pick up all accounts containing TDS. Similarly, it could be GST also. Now it tells me these are all the TDS accounts which are available in the Tally. Now I'll say okay. And I say I want separate worksheet for this. Okay, now you see, I just say okay. I can extract all these transactions pertaining to all the TDS. Now you see it's already done. Not only that, it also adds an index. So using the index, I can navigate to that particular file. For example, here, TDS on commission or brokerage. When I click on this, these are all the only transactions pertaining to commission, TDS. Now this is pertaining to TDS contracts. This is pertaining to TDS rent. Like that, I can extract specific ledgers which I want. We also have some features where you can do the GST reconciliation. I'll not be able to show that, but I'll give you a link where it's available. Now, for example, if you see here, I can, let me show this. This is important. I want to extract the trial balance so that I can prepare the schedule 3. I just say ledger with groups. Now you see what is the magic will happen. Now it asks me, what is that you want? Now let's say I don't want this percentage. I want opening balance, transactions, parent, closing balance, primary group. I'll say okay. Now this should be able to extract trial balance. Now you just see the trial balance which you get. Okay, it looks like I think Zoom has removed the 40-minute time limit. I think we can go on for some more time. There's no issue. Yeah. Now if you see here, this is the trial balance which I got. I got the name, I got the parent, I got the primary group, I got the opening balance debit, I got the transactions during the year, I got the closing debit. And all this information you find is available in structured format, which means using Excel itself, I can do the analysis. Okay, now if you see all the transactions, I'm able to get at one shot. Are you able to follow me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So once I got this data, see, this itself can be used for the purpose of audit plan. For example, you want to do opening balance verification, all the data is available here. Now you want to find out which are the accounts where the transactions have not happened. You can just use the normal Excel functions itself. Find out which are the functions where transactions have not happened. Okay, there are no transactions. Let's say there are no transactions which happened during the year. I can just use the filter here. I can pick up these are the places where there are no transactions during the year. Now I also find that, okay, in this case, there is the opening balance, but there's no transactions. So once I got the data in Excel, I can do various types of analysis. So I can also get trial balance of multiple places. For example, I got one head office and I got 4 branches. I can open the trial balance of multiple companies and also do consolidate. For example, here I opened only one. If I open 3-4 companies, all the 3-4 companies would be shown, and I can extract the trial balance ledger wise, group wise, ledger with groups with the opening balance. I can also append, which means I can add trial balance one below the other. I can also do the consolidate.
No, for this consolidation purpose,
yeah,
should they have that nomenclature of the accounts in all the branches, the same nomenclature should be used?
Ideally, it should be same. Then only it will get totaled. Otherwise, in one case you call it as salary, another case you call it as salaries. Then this the software will not show separately as salary and salaries. 2 places, 2 branches. Let's say they have taken a salary. Other 3 branches they have taken as salaries. Then what will happen is it will come 2 branches will be coming as salary and 3 branches will be coming as salaries. But for that, there are separate audit functions. In ECAD, there are separate audit functions where I can do harmonize and pick up which are the accounts which are similar. Now, this is a trial balance. So it means I can go and extract any type of trial balances. Period wise, I can extract. For example, I want month wise, I can get trial balance month wise like that. I can also do queries. Okay, now if you see query, I can also do query on list of ledgers like this. For example, which are the ledgers where the opening balance is equal to 0 or closing balance is equal to 0 or credit limit is equal to 0 or not equal. Like that, I can do various types of queries directly here, which means this query will run, go to the tally data, fetch the details and give you in a standard format in Excel. Now, not only the accounting transactions. Now, if you see, you also have got inventory transactions. You can extract all the inventory transactions and the master reports. Similarly, if there are cost center, you can extract all the cost center reports. Similarly, if they are using payroll, you can extract the payroll report. If the company is using GST, you can extract all the transactions pertaining to GST. And that GST could be the transactions. For example, sales, purchases, duties, taxes, all GST transactions, the GSTR Doc 1 summary. You can get all this type of information. You also want to get masters, GST rates, party GST, and like that you can get the information. Reports, for example, you have GSTR 1, GSTR 2, GSTR 3B. Another interesting thing, now you want to convert from JSON file to Excel or XML to JSON you can do. We also got one more thing called a GSTR2 matching. I'll not be able to show it here. Now you see here, using this, I can open the data directly from Tally. It will extract the data from Tally. You can also give the JSON file. It extract from JSON and you can do various types of matching. For example, what are the transactions which are fully matched? What is that which is available only in JSON? What is which is available in books? What is that not available in JSON? Like that, you can do various types of analysis at one shot. So I have made a demo of this, of how this particular software works, GST matching. I think I'll give you a link, you can check that. For example, if you go to my website, wincad.com, yeah, if you go to our website, wincad.com, you'll be able to see videos for each of the this software. For example, okay, before it comes, now if you come here, let's come back. Yeah. Now here, if you see, I've got this products and solutions. In products and solutions, I've got TCAT. When I click on TCAT, it takes me to the section, the page of TCAT. Now in TCAT, if you just come down, now this tells you why to use TCAT. Now it is an automated solution for exporting data of masters and transactions from Tally to Excel. And you can do it in a few clicks. Why do you want to do it? Because you can perform any type of analysis. You can do that analysis using Excel, or you can use data analytics software like ECAT or any other software. Now here I want to give you link of the videos. If you come down here, introduction to TCAT detailed, demo of powerful GST features, walkthrough and demo of GSTR2 matching features. So if you click on this, it will take you to the YouTube section where we are given a detailed demo of how you can do GSTR matching. So this is a 35-minute video which gives you step by step how you can do the GSTR matching. It's a demo of okay, you can watch this video. I think I've given a link of these 4 videos. You can watch these videos. Now let's come back to our Excel. Now I want to show you some more interesting features. Now there are a lot of Excel files. I'm just going to close some of this. What I want to show now is in Tally, we have got something called the audit and compliance features. Okay. Yeah. So let me open a new blank sheet.
Zoom meeting into Netflix system.
Now I opened a blank.
Progress
okay, some of you.
I think everybody has
software.
Yeah, some of you are,
Tally and the Excel lo convert chesi easy audit
okay, let me see if we can.
మొత్తం అన్ని టాలీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ టాలీ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అంతా ఎక్సెల్ లోకి వస్తే అన్ని దాని నుంచి ఎట్లా చేయొచ్చు.
Okay. Yes. Now let me see. Okay. Now let me come back. What I want to show you is in Tally. Now we have got something called audit and compliance features. Okay, these audit and compliance features. When you click on audit and compliance features, it gives you various types of report for the purpose of audit. Okay, the same thing has been integrated in TCAT. For example, there's audit documentation. I'm not interested in that. There's something called audit analysis. When I click on this audit and analysis, now this should be able to open. Yeah. I think my system is under update. That's why it's taking a long time to show the screen. Yeah. So verification of chart of accounts. See, it gives me accounts squared off during the year. Now these are all the accounts which have been squared off during the year. Now when you take a trial balance, these accounts will not appear unless you ask for accounts with 0 balance also. Okay. Now here you can get this report directly and know which are the accounts that are squared off during the year. What are the ledgers which are not used during the year? What are the ledgers which have got only balances but there are no transactions? Just click, you will be able to get this. Similarly, what are the revenue ledgers having opening balances? We know that revenue ledger should not have opening balance. You should be able to get. What are the ledgers which are used only in the current year? Which means these are accounts which have been newly opened during the year only. Okay, so you can do a detailed scrutiny of this. All this now, for all this information, you have to extract one by one. So similarly, I want to do, let's say, statutory payments. So it gives me, if it's configured, it will tell me what are the statutory payments which are there. Similarly, what are the periodic payments? What are the repeated transactions? When I click on this, see, these are the transactions. It tells me how many times the number of the transactions appeared. For example, this Kavita's rent account has appeared 18 times. Okay, now this particular, now why it has come 18 times, you can just go and investigate. Okay, now you see these are the journal entries. So it means 9 months it has come. After that, what has happened, you can verify. So it means these are some automatic features which are available in Tally. Now the same thing we have providing you in a few clicks in Tally, in TCAT. Now here, if you go to analyze, there are some more things. You also got something called trend line, where you can generate various types of reports. I'll not be able to show that now. Let's say I go to audit. Now there's something called a ledger scrutiny. See, in ledger scrutiny, what I saw there, accounts squared off during the year, accounts not used, accounts with no transactions. All of this I can select, and I say I want all this because I want to do my audit verification based on this exceptions or irregularities. It will extract. Now you see how quickly it does. I have to just go and select all these transactions. I'll be able to get in Excel. Now see, I've already got that. Okay, now if you see here, with the index, I want to see which are the accounts squared off during there. You see what we saw in Tally, I'm able to get this here. Now I can do my audit planning or audit documentation here and write down what is my remarks. And then based on that, I can also say what are the audit observations. So this becomes very easy this one for documenting and performing your audit. So it means once you get the Tally data from the client, you can do a lot of audit planning work right from your office and then decide what are the specific things you want to work on. Similarly, these are accounts with no transactions. Now here you got accounts which you can verify. Here, for example, this based on the groups, you can do your documentation of what has been verified. Now this gives us the payable. Now this gives us the accounts which are not used during the year. Now these are the accounts which have been created, but they are not being used during the year itself. Now these are accounts which are created only during the current year. And this is the report pointing to the receivables. And this is the information pointing to periodic payments. These are the interbank transactions happened. All this which you're doing as a ledger scrutiny, you can do this simply in one click. Now, same thing if I do, I'm going to open one more page. There's one more feature here. In TCAT, in audit, I got something called exceptions. What are the exceptions? Let's say I want to pick up negative ledgers. For example, debtors having credit balances, creditors having debit balances, negative stock, pending advance, overdue receivable, like that highest and lowest value transactions. I have to just go and simply say select all and say OK. Now you see, it run the query, directly extract all this information from Tally. And it will be able to give you this information. Now you see successfully imported, how much time it took. Now, if you want to go through Tally, you just imagine how much time it would have taken to do this. Now it has gone through all the ledgers and tells me these are the accounts which have got corresponding negative balances. Which means, for example, accumulated depreciation is a credit balance. Okay, which means they generally should have been a debit balance. You can go and check and see what is the issue in this. Now, negative stock. Okay, in this case, this item has got a negative stock. It will be able to go through all the stock items and pick up the negative stock. So, what are the accounts which are pending advances? Highest, lowest value transactions. Which now here, if you see, for each of the accounts, it will be able to tell me what is the highest value transaction in that and what is the lowest value transaction in this. For example, let's say I want to pick up, let's say, pertaining to a particular party. Let's say a rent account. Now, these are all the rent accounts. Now, at one glance, I'll be able to pick up here. Now, in this case, highest value is 1,50,000. The lowest value is 75,000. Now, I can go and investigate why we have made payment of 1,50,000 in 2 months for this. 2 times you paid like this. Okay. Now, we can also find out if it has been configured in Tally, what are the transactions which have happened on a holiday. It could be a weekly day, May day, like that. What are days which have been marked as holidays? There also transactions have been done. Now, similarly, fixed assets here, if you see, at one glance, I'll be able to get fixed assets with the additions, deletions. If I go to Tally, individually, it will be difficult. I have to go to each of the account, try to figure out. Here, I'll be able to get this information at one shot. Overdue receivable. For each of the parties, I'll know what is the overdue receivable. Similarly, overdue payable, email IDs, address, all these details I can extract. So this is what you got. Similarly, you can also get statistics. For example, I want to find out relative size factor. What is the relative size factor? Let us see the result and see. Even if you don't know the function, just look at the result. Now here you'll be able to see for each of the transactions, it finds out what is the highest value, what is the average value, and what is the relative size factor. Which means between the first highest and the second highest, what is the ratio? I'll be able to find out. For example, here if you see, immediately I can find out electric charges average value is 10,000, but that it is paid 13 times. The difference between the highest and the second highest is 13 times. Now, which means I can go and investigate this transaction. Why in one particular transaction they have paid 75,000 rupees towards the electricity charges. Then you'll be able to find out that actually now if I go to Tally, let's say I come to Tally here and I go to electricity charges. Electricity charges, which one is it? There are two electricity charges here. Electricity charges office. Okay. I come here, I pick up electricity charges office. Now this tells me this is I change the period here. Okay, A12, March 13. Yeah, now if you see here, I'll be able to immediately find out that this transaction is an exception. Let me go inside and see what has happened. Generally, they're paying around 5,000 to 6,000 rupees toward the electricity charges. Whereas now I find they paid 75,000 rupees. Now, what do a narration they have written? Being the purchase of generator, which means this is a capital expenditure which has been charged as a revenue. So this is how you can do an analytical audit using the audit software. This TCAT has got various features. Like I said, one is you can, what have you done now? For example, if you see log info, activities log, all that activities which have been done will be logged. See, these are the, for example, the last function I did is RSF. I can get a complete list of all this. This becomes a part of the audit documentation. I get to know what was done and exactly at what time. Now this function, if I want to re-perform, I can also re-perform that function. For example, I say I want to whatever function I performed, I want to rerun. So it gives me all the list of functions which I performed earlier. Not only that, I can also double click and rerun that function. See now, what are done earlier, RSF, once again I'm able to generate. For example, if I've updated some transactions in Tally, I want to see the results once again. I don't need to go back again. This gives me the complete list of all the functions I performed. I can rerun that once again. Okay, let's come back. Yeah, you got any queries as of now? I think it's taking a little time. Yeah, there's some issue here. Okay. Now it could not perform. There is some issue here, but generally what will happen is the same thing will be added and you will be able to get the result with the updated data. Okay, so this is as far as TCAT is concerned. So if you see all this information, now you can also do validate. You want to do the validation of this one pattern TDS and other things, TDS numbers or GST number, you can do the validation. Validate means it will validate based on that unique identity of that particular number. It doesn't go to GST site or the website and then do the analysis. Here, because I have not, it has to have the valid data. I don't have the valid data, so it is giving an error message. Okay, any queries of this? And now who'd like to speak? So I can just unmute them. Let me see.
Mr. Rafiq.
Yeah.
See, when I am doing, say, let us say we are doing a tax audit.
Okay.
I wanted to know what are the receipts beyond 2 lakhs in aggregate
okay.
received, from which party I have received.
Okay, so let me just show you that. That's a good. That's a good point. In fact, I thought of showing that. Now let's pick up one sheet. I've got this data. Okay, what I want to do is, let's say this data TCAT I have got. Now what I want to do is that it can be done in multiple ways. Now I've got to day book. I can go and pick up only the cash transactions. Now 142 this one. I can also want the. Okay, if I say this will extract all the transactions. So these are all the cash transactions which have happened during the year from 1/4/2012 to, it's like it has given you the cash book. Based on this, you can just go and apply the filter using Excel, and based on that, you can get that information. For example, I want to pick up, let's say, all transactions. Now I can apply the number filter and say I want all amount which is greater than, let's say, 2 lakh rupees. Now there are no transactions here. Let me give a smaller amount. Let's say 20,000. 20,000 is also not there. Okay. Yeah. So I can, okay, 40,000 is here. Let's see, number filter greater than or equal to 20,000. Yeah. Now this gives me all the transactions. So based on this one, I can directly extract the specific information. So this could be pertaining to the receipt, or this could be pertaining to the payment. So what will happen is from TCAD, you can extract the specific transactions, and then you can do, or there's one more way. What you can also do is you can go to transactions. Initially, I would suggest that you extract all the transactions and do the analysis, because here you'll also know if they've done for same party, they've done it on different dates, you'll be able to get this information. Okay, now here if I see, I go to extract, I can go to extract and say I want pick cash contains, I can say cash. Now it shows me that they have got two types of transactions. One is cash and cash sales. I select cash, I got this. Now I go and set the criteria. In the criteria, I can also say, for example, I want where the amount here I can specify greater than, let's say, 40,000, and I say okay. Now you see here, now which means this is already written a query. I am interested in extracting only transactions of cash which are more than 40,000. See, now it has given me the complete list of all the cash transactions which are beyond the limit. Now there will be 10,000 transactions or 50,000 transactions. I can extract all these transactions at one shot. Same thing, can I do it for other things? I can also do for any account. Gupta ji, this is what you're looking for?
No, correct, but this is each account wise I have to go by this.
No. See this, in the cash account, see what are transactions there? You're routed through cash, no?
Each party wise should I go for this?
No, because all the cash transactions, see what a transaction is there. One party is cash, another party is cash. Another party is one part of the transaction ledger is cash. Second part is the party. Both will come here because this will directly extract from the cash. So for all the parties, all the cash transactions happen, you'll be able to extract this. You don't need to do for individual accounts.
That means for part. Now, when I want to know aggregate transactions of each party, then again I have to filter and take.
Yeah. You can do that for the filter also. Now there are various ways you can do. For example, if your staff is already familiar, most of them would be familiar with pivot table. So you can go and apply a pivot table. Based on each of the accounts, you can get the summary. Okay, or in the criteria itself, which I showed you, what you can also do is, you can go and specify, if you want a particular party, you can also go and specify a party. Or you want to pick up under loans advances. I gave you the option where you can go and select under the loans advances. Under loans advances, you can select the parties, and for that parties, you can give the details. For example, if you see here, I have got this day book. In the day book, I take, so I can also get bill-wise transactions, bank-wise like that. Let's say I go to transactions. So here, if I go to extract, I want to pick up all the parent. For example, there may be having various types of parties. Now here, let's say I want to pick up all the transactions pertaining to loans advances. Let's see if you got loans advances. Now I've got the loans advances, or let's say loans and liabilities. I'll be able to pick up all the ledger pertaining to loans and liabilities. and I can perform the analysis at one shot for all the ledgers. Now, these are all the ledgers which are there. I can select which one I want, and for that I can apply the criteria where the amount is greater than 20,000. It will extract all the transactions of each of these parties for applying that criteria. Here I will just showing you cash. Let me show you one more this one option. Now if you see, I am pick up cash. Now in cash I go to the criteria. I can also do multiple criteria. Here I give, let's say, party name. I can also give one, if I know a particular party name, I can also say party name starting with, I can give the name here. I can extract name of particular party, or I want to give based on the narration. If in the narration they have written something, based on the narration also I can search. Okay. Anything else?
But this inventory valuation, you have the inventory valuation?
Now let's say if I got the transactions, let me show the inventory. Now inventory, it will give me all the transactions. Instead of that, let me see what is the stock summary. If I give the stock summary, this report is available, opening balance, inwards, outwards, etc. I'll say, okay, this will extract all the inventory reports from Tally and give it to you in Excel. See, these are all the inventory details. Opening quantity, opening rate, opening value, inward quantity, inward rate, all the things you wanted, everything, the complete Jatka is available in one place. And based on this, you can do what analysis you want. This is what you're looking for. In addition to that, there are various other types of reports. Let's say I want to see the item inventory balances, item configuration. Do you want to import stock item configuration? I say yes. I'll be able to get in this particular thing how stock items have been configured inside Tally. For example, this one unit called as assembly. What is the parent? What is the category? What is the standard costing method they adopted? What is the valuation method adopted? What are the additional units? Like that, I should be able to get a complete information about the configuration. Have they applied minimum order, maximum order? All these things I can extract at one shot. Same way, if I want, let's say, stock summary, the very inventory category analysis. Now I get the category wise analysis, which means for each type of a category, I get the summary. What is the opening balance? What is the inward? What is the outward? So like that, we have got multiple types of reports for inventory. I can also get a group summary. I can also get a stock item list. Let's see stock item list. See, in all this case, very simple. You just go and select and say yes. The only thing is that Tally should be open for that company. You can extract all, see, you got all this information at one shot. So all the inventory you are getting in one page in Excel. And once you got in Excel, you can do various, any type of analysis which you want. For example, you want to find out which are the cases where the opening balance is 0. Just go and use this Excel, this one itself, Excel feature itself. So you will be able to know these are the cases where the inventory balance is 0. Similarly, you want to see which are negative, you can get this information. So once you got this data, you can do various types of analysis. Same way you can also get for the cost center or for the payroll. You can also get another interesting thing. You can also get various types of register. For example, I want sales register. I want sales register columnar. Now it gives me so many options. What you get in sales register column. Do you want for each transaction show profit, voucher number, party address, like that, GST number, like that? I can get all the details. I can select what I want and I'll be able to get that information. Let's say I say okay. Now this where you can also do a lot of analysis, MIS analysis, and provide to the management. Now if you see here, I got the complete list of each of the sales which have been made. Because this depends on how it has been configured, I'm able to get what is the cost of sales, what is the gross profit for each of this, and what is the profit percentage. But this has to be configured in Tally. If they're configured in Tally, I can get this information at one shot. Now in Tally also you can get this report, but the problem would be in Tally when you export, you'll not be able to analyze it because it does not come in a structured format. So same way you can also get registers pertaining to purchases. You want to know sales extract or sales voucher wise. For each voucher wise how it has come, you can also get this information. With the GST.
Can I get a purchases made from unregistered dealers?
What you can now let me see.
GST numbers.
Now what you can do is there is a feature. Let me see here. So there are two things we can do. See, if you look at the master info, here I don't have GST data. If it's there, I would have shown. We have got some master info. If you see here, there's something called GST related ledgers. Now in this case, it will give me all the GST related with the GST number, everything. So I'll be able to get all the parties which have been created, whether it's under debtors, whether the creditor, whether advance, for whichever account you have configured that GST is applicable, you can extract all this at one shot here. That's one thing. Second thing, if you want to look at purchases, let's say we want to extract purchases. I come to purchase register. I want to extract, let's say, columnar purchases. So here you can get columnar purchases. But in your case, if it's an unregistered purchases, it depends on if they've already if they created that party, let's say in transactions, if they created that party in extract, let's say in the ledger, they have created as purchase. Let me give purchases and see what will happen. Now I'll give the contains. And now let's see what happens. What are the type of purchase which is there? When I say purchases show, now it will show me these are all the type of purchases which are there. So if they created purchases for unregistered dealers, I can just go and select what I want. If I say purchase at 5.5 or let's say purchase import, I can just go and extract this specific ledger. I say okay, it directly extract. Now see, I've got this. This is the only transactions pertaining to this party. So for unregistered purchase dealers also purchase, they have created an account, I can extract the transactions. Okay, Gupta, any other, Mayank? Should I unmute you or you can unmute yourself if there are any questions you got?
No, I have unmuted, no issue. No, okay. Bank reconciliations, anything can come here?
No, bank reconciliation, it's not possible here because bank reconciliation in Tally itself, they got an option.
Tally itself, Tally apps only.
Tally itself, they have added a new option. If you have your license, everything is up to date. They got an option for bank reconciliation. What you can do is you can download the bank statement and based on that, they say how you can do the bank. Yeah. We don't have bank reconciliation. In ECAT, we got an option. There's one more software, but that is different. I think it doesn't do bank reconciliation. In ECAT, you can do matching. For example, let's say I close this Excel file. See, primarily, you should look at this is an objective. Now, let me go to the website. Now, here, if you see, so what does it do? Dynamically interest with Tally, get required data of masters and transactions from Tally into MS Excel in a structured format for further analysis and reporting. This is the primary objective of Tally. In addition to that, we also give you various types of audit and compliance reports. Why should you use? It also tells you what are the various reasons why you can use this. How to use also we are given. There is also one more TCAT overview. If you click on this, it will open a PDF file and give you the list of all the functions which are available in the software. It will walk you through all the features of the software one by one. This will be about 40 slides.
Suppose somebody is using any software other than Tally.
Yeah.
There also again we have to import the data in Excel and we have to
no, there are two things here. Now this is a document. This TCAT is actually called as TallyCat. Now this gives you information. I'll just go show you some screen. See, now these are the panels we just talking about. Now these are all the functions which are available. For each of this, I've also explained what does that function do. Okay, when you say document, what does it do? In document log info, activity log, what does it do? Profile, like that we are given for all the functions, there is an explanation. Okay, and then some of the key features, for this there's also demo, what are the key features, 15 key features, how you can use these features. Okay, now let's come back here. If the client is using, let's say, some other software other than Tally, then what you have to do, if you want to do data analysis, you have to use ECAT. So TCAT is primarily meant for Tally. If the client has got data in Tally, that's why we call it as, instead of Tally Cat, we call it as TCAT. If the client has got data, let me show you this one. There is a software called ECAT. ECAT is a generic audit software, which means you can use it for any data which is available in Excel. I'll just give you one or two examples. Let me know how much time I have so that I can plan my. Now I think that limit of 40 minutes is gone, so it means I can continue this for some more time. There is no problem.
So I think it's fine. It's
yeah.
All right, but close. No.
Yeah. So now if you see, I'll just show you one example that will get an idea. For example, I got the sales data. Now in the sales data, what I would like to do is I come to ECAT. Now if you see, there's an add-in tab. So TCAT, when you click on TCAT, all the functions of TCAT are available. Okay, when I click on ECAT, all the functions of ECAT would be available. There's one more software. It depends on whether you're providing accounting related services. So if you're providing accounting related services, E2TallySoft is what you can use. So here, what you can do is from Excel, you can import the data into Tally. You don't need to do the data entry in Tally directly, whether it's a master or this one ledgers. You can export directly from Excel to Tally. You can also convert, for example, if you got a bank statement, you can convert the bank statement into bank statement, purchase, sales, etc. From Excel format, you can directly push into Tally. Suppose, let's say, bank or client comes to you, he gives you the bank statement and he wants to do the data entry and then prepare his returns. Instead of that, from the Excel, the bank statement in Excel format, you can directly convert. It will convert to the Tally voucher. You have to just give the corresponding ledger name and you can import the transaction directly into Tally. Now, if you see, that is what is available here. For this, I'll not give a demo. I'll just give a reference. For example, here, if you see, E2TallySoft is there. Okay, let's come back before this. Now, E2TallySoft. Why to use E2TallySoft? Automated solution. It's an add-in software to Excel for importing masters and transactions of accounting, inventory, and cost center from MS Excel to Tally, which means the reverse of TCAT. So if you're providing accounting services, then this could be useful. Okay, now let me come back. For this also, if you want to see, we got some videos. At the bottom, you'll find intro and demo key features. Demo and key features, you can see the videos of this software. Now let me come back to ECAT. Now before that, let me show the videos of the ECAT also. For ECAT also, I did some recording for CA Institute on 51 practical techniques of data analytics. So if you know the 51 practical techniques, you can do most of the audits. So I've given specific examples how you can use data analytics for that. Now let's see if you see here. 51 key functions of ECAT. So if we don't have the time, you can just go and watch the videos. This also as general knowledge will be useful because most of the cases now they say you have to do digitally enabled audit. So if the data is available digitally, then audit should also be digital. This is where data analytics software like ECAT could be useful. Even Excel.
No, this software what we are giving the schools,
yeah,
it is a single user and multi-user system.
No, we don't have a multi-user. All these are single user. So it means you install, let's say if you have got 5 users who have to use, you buy 5 user license and install it on each of the laptops.
I see.
But we also have an
multi-user.
No, as of now, we don't have multi-user. You buy multiple licenses as you want. But if you want to surrender the license, for example, from one laptop, somebody is going for audit, you want to give the license to him, you can surrender and activate the license on other laptop any number of times. See here, if you see, this is a recording which I did. So this gives you a brief overview of data analytics, overview of ECAT data.